Back to business with thought leaders and impactful entrepreneurs. I want to welcome to the show today one of the most impactful entrepreneurs and thought leaders who thought not only of herself, but so many before and during and after COVID, and she's got the story to tell. So, without much further ado, I want to welcome to the show my dear friend, Mindy Stern. Mindy, welcome to the Kelley Show. How are you, Mindy?
I'm great, Kelley. So happy to see you. So thankful for
Likewise.
being on this show. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. And I love the background, by the way. Love the wallpaper background. Mindy, I'm going to put up because this is a great photo. This is AIM Resource Group. Tell us what was going on here, where you were, and what the significance of AIM means, please.
Fabulous. So this is actually a Terrace on the Park. If you know anything about Queens, Terrace on the Park is a huge restaurant that used to be part of the World's Fair many years ago, right? And I was at the time, I was writing a column for Queens Courier, the Queens Courier. Vicky Schnapps had hired me to write a column about employment matters, and I appeared weekly. And then she invited me to this trade show. She said, Mindy, you'd be great at this trade show. Would you come? And this is here at the Terrace in the Park. And I met so many fabulous people there. And some of my very first clients were people that I met at the trade show. So I would speak to them. I would tell them what I could do. And it's interesting. One of the people that I met said to me, you know what? I have one of my team members really could use some coaching. Could you help her? And she was one of my first clients. I still speak to her today. And that's how I met so many people. And the beauty of networking, I really learned how impactful that could be. Because up until then, until I had my own company, you know, when you're an employee, you're handed the work and you get the work done, right? When you're an entrepreneur, you need to make the magic happen and you need to start finding people. And that's when I started learning about networking and being able to present myself and talk about what I could do to help people.
Now a minute, but Mindy, explain, what does it mean that you are the CEO of your career? And do share some pearls of wisdom with anyone who's watching the show today who might want to go out on their own and be an entrepreneur. Do share.
So the concept of the book, and the concept is each of us in the world has the ability to decide what we want to do for our lives, right? That's up to us. Nobody else is going to advocate for you as much as you can advocate for yourself. And I came to that realization early on when I approached one of my managers for a raise. I said, here, I'm bringing all these people in. I'm getting all these people hired. I would like to earn more money. And he said to me, oh, you're never going to earn more because all you do is recruit and hire people, which I thought was funny because that was my job. But I realized you have to do more. And so doing more means thinking about what else has to be done in the world, in your specific world, and how you can share that with the rest of the world. And that's everything that I do today is about taking knowledge that I have, sharing it with other people. And that's everything, educating, motivating, inspiring people. That to me is most important.
Now, what the Accelerators is, how it formed, and the thought behind it, because folks, here is a woman who saw a need not only for one person, but for thousands of people when, you know, so many were being laid off, careers were being truncated, cuts were being made, people were at a loss all over the United States. And Mindy took this into her heart and made the lives of so many significantly better, personally and professionally. So Mindy, I'll leave it to you to talk about Accelerators, how it started, who started with you, and what you're doing today with the Accelerators program. People, you have to listen to this story. Go ahead, Mindy.
So everyone remembers COVID. I was at the time, my business was doing fantastic. I was in people's offices in New York City every day. I was coaching, I was training leaders. I had a wonderful business. COVID hit, nobody wanted me in their offices any longer, and I certainly didn't want to go. So I started drifting towards LinkedIn, and I met Christine Grogan on LinkedIn, and she was just forming this group. The concept was we need to help people and build a community, because looking for a job is a very, very lonely venture. And it is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes a long time. And towards the beginning of COVID, so many people were being laid off. They were being furloughed. There's a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress amongst a world of chaos. That's what we were in. And Christine and I started talking about this vision, and we both held the same vision. And that vision was, let's form a community where people can feel comfortable, where people can learn, where we can help them to get to the next level of their careers. And that's what we formed, and that was the Accelerators. Part of our... Okay, so the first thing is clarity. Number one, you must be clear about what you want. You must be clear about what your goals are. You must be clear about what drives you every single day. We always start with clarity. If you're not clear about that, it's very hard to do anything else, okay? So that's number one. The first thing I do with all of my clients: what do we want for you when you grow up, all right? Where do you want to be in a year? We start with clarity. Then we move into structure. So it's clarity and structure. The structure, I always use LinkedIn as a structure, because creating your profile, creating your about section, creating your headline helps the brain to start focusing on what you are, who you are, and then we can start developing the pitch. You know, what is your unique value proposition? What is unique about you that other people don't have? That's the structure, and we go from structure to confidence. So by building all of these steps, we do small changes, make big, big results. We build the confidence so we can have a good interview. We can talk about ourselves. We can be able to explain what we want to provide to either our next employer, or what services we can provide to our future clients, depending on what you want to do. But it's CSC: clarity, structure, and confidence.
Oh, I love that. I love that.